Welcome to the day in the life of a second-year medical student trying to be a neurosurgeon, running an online coaching business through Instagram, and training to run a 100-mile race next month. The wake-up time this morning is 4:40 a.m., and the first rule of the day is always to make the bed. This sets the tone for the entire day ahead. After the bed's made, I head straight to the desk for the morning readings. Every day starts with the same two books. One is the Daily Stoic, and the other is Jesus Calling. I read, reflect, and send the day's passage plus a journal prompt to all my coaching clients. Then I journal myself. This keeps me grounded, aligned, and honest before the chaos of the day starts. The next thing that I do is I get ready to go out on a run, and today it is extra brisk out. I think it's even gonna snow for the first time. So we got 11 miles, gonna bundle up and get out there. All right, we are ready to go. Breaking out the gloves for the first time this year because it's that cold out right now. Just slugging down some electrolytes. And then 11 miles. Let's go. 11 miles in the dark, just under an 8-minute per mile pace, while getting to appreciate the first light snow of the winter season. I'm getting back into higher mileage again, around 80 miles per week, which means these early morning runs are non-negotiable with everything else on my schedule. Every time I'm out here before sunrise, I'm reminded of how beneficial it is to start the day with something hard. Just finished up, already showered and all that. Now I'm about to pour some coffee, sit at my desk, meet with a client, and do some flashcards before class starts. So every morning we gotta do some home brewed coffee, which I brew myself. I have about 2 cups of this. And then we also do the reverse osmosis water. This is really the only water that I drink. So good. I meet with most of my clients once per week. I help them get sober and chase the goals they've been avoiding, whether it's fitness, career, or the internal stuff no one wants to talk about. I've struggled with addiction myself, so I know exactly what it feels like to rebuild from the bottom, and that's why this work matters so much to me. Most of my downtime during the day, even if it's just 5 minutes, is spent knocking out Anki flashcards, which is basically just an application where you can do electronic flashcards so that you don't fall behind on content. So we're gonna do one before I go to class. So atopic dermatitis is associated with increased, I think IgE, correct. What enzyme is inhibited by methotrexate? I think it's like thymidine synthase, dihydrofolate reductase. Okay, so that's wrong. So I hit again. I'll see this card again in 20 minutes. This is a malaria question. So which form of plasmodium is seen here in the blood smear? This is a Schizont, I believe. Yeah, Schizont. All right, about time to go to class. So we're gonna throw on some scrubs because we'll be in the anatomy lab later tonight. Head over to class for about 4 hours of lecture. All right, just got done class for the day. Today we learned about genetic conditions that affect the central nervous system. I ran back over to my apartment right when class ended to make some food. I got chicken, mashed potatoes, and some veggies prepped and ready to go. So I'm gonna eat that really quick and then head back over to the hospital directly after that to do some group studying. We have something called an OSCE this week, which is basically like a graded mock session with a fake patient. So you're graded on how you work the patient up, do your physical exam and stuff like that. And that's like a big thing to group study for. So that's what I'm doing after I eat. All right, we're now on our way to pick up some pizza and salad for a journal club meeting that we have tonight. And we talk about some prevalent and newly published literature in the field. And the best part about it is that the department funds dinner for us. So we don't have to worry about eating dinner on the nights that we meet because the department gets us pizza and salad. All right, it is 9:30 at night. I'm now just getting back home. It's been a crazy long day, but also a lot of fun. We had journal club where we had an awesome discussion. We talked about an article that used some sort of like radioactive dye, and they injected it into patients before they went into the operating room to have a brain tumor resected. And basically the idea behind this fluorescent dye is that you inject it and it latches on to the tumor tissue, and under specific lighting it fluoresces, it lights up. So when the surgeon is resecting the brain tumor, it makes it very easy to tell what is tumor and what is healthy brain tissue. So we had a really awesome discussion about that. That was from 4 to 5, and then basically right after that from 7 till 9 we went into the anatomy lab and we had a hands-on demonstration on a cadaver, which is a dead body. from a pediatric neurosurgeon at our hospital. He came in and he showed us how to do a really cool surgery called a hemispherectomy. And it's basically where they just take out part of the brain, like a whole entire lobe of the brain. They just take it out, they resect it. And it's done for patients who have epilepsy or like recurrent seizures and stuff like that. They literally just like remove a ton of brain tissue. It's crazy. We did like a huge craniotomy, got to see a lot of really cool anatomy, took out a lot of brain, and yeah, just really cool. So now I'm about to wind down. I have a few more flashcards to finish. I gotta roll out my legs and stretch before tomorrow's run, and then hopefully try to get to bed before 10:30. It's about 10:30 at night, so that's been the day. If you watched this far, thank you. I'm now just winding down with some hot tea and some raw honey in the tea before I go to sleep. Got to wake up tomorrow, make sure I'm rested to be able to get some miles in. If you guys liked this, if you want to see more, let me know what you want to see in the comments. But I appreciate you guys watching.